Okay, the ninth adaptation of how the finned fish is going to be locomoting in water. We've talked about the presence of paired fins, and we have two types of paired fins. There is the pelvic fin and the pectoral fin. Now, the paired fins are used to maintain, they're used to in maintaining, they're used to maintaining balance, braking, and changing direction. So when the fish wants to maintain balance in terms of being able to swim in a forward direction, it's going to be the importance of the paired fins, because as it swims, it's going to be flapping open in an open and closing direction of the fins. So it's going to be maintaining that balance on water. It is used in braking. When the fish wants to stop in water at a particular position, the pectoral fins are going to open on either sides of the fish, and as they open up, the fish will be able to brake. When it wants to change the direction, let's say it was swimming towards this direction, then it wants to change the direction and move towards the other direction. What will happen is that this pectoral fin on this side will open up, the other one on the other end will flap on the, or will be in close contact with the body, then the fish changes the direction in one particular plane. So that is the reason as to why we are having the paired fins, the pectoral fin and the pelvic fin. Apart from that, what do they do? The pectoral fin, these ones, what you call the pectoral fin, can be used independently. They can be used independently of its opposite member. And how are they being used independently in relation to the opposite member? And as they act as a pivot around which the fish can turn rapidly. That is what I was talking about in terms of changing direction, in terms of the changing of the direction. So this pectoral fin, both of them are used together, but at the same time, they can be used independently in relation to it, the opposite member. So this pectoral fin, if the fish needs to turn rapidly around, what will happen? This pectoral fin opens, the other member on the opposite side closes, then the fish can be able to turn rapidly, just at once. Another importance of the pectoral fin, together the pectoral and the pelvic fins also controls pitching of the fish. And what is the importance of this pitching of the fish? We are saying, i.e., when the pitching simply means it's upward and downward movement. What we're saying, the fish is capable of swimming from this direction to that direction, this direction to that direction. But in terms of pitching, it is not easy for the fish to swim moving upward, downward in water. That is why we are saying The pectoral and pelvic fin also control pitching of the fish, i.e. its upward and downward movement. It is being controlled in a particular direction. Then apart from that, we are saying that this the braking, the paired fins are extended rapidly. That rapidly means at once. So the paired fins are extended rapidly forward at right at right angles to the body when braking. What do we mean by right angle? This is what we mean by a right angle. An angle that is of 90 degrees. So the paired fins, these fins will be opening up at an angle that forms 90 degrees to the body, so that as they are swimming or moving in the water, and there is the let's say, for instance, let me just explain it in terms of what happens if the fish notices that there is food as it swims in water and it needs to stop and take the food. It is going to break. And how does it break? The pelvic fin is going to open at an angle of 90 degrees. The pectoral fin that is found on the opposite sides of the fish is going to be opening up at an angle of 90 degrees, so that the fish is capable of braking as it swims. That is the importance of the paired fins, what you call the pectoral fin and the pelvic fin, because the pectoral fin is found on this side and on the other side. So when there is food as the fish swims and it needs to stop and consume the food, it's going to open both the paired fins in a right angle. If there is the presence of a predator in the water that has been detected with the presence of the lateral line, the fish can decide to brake instantly and change the direction with the help of the pectoral fins. There is the presence of the unpaired fins, and we've talked about 3 unpaired fins. That is the dorsal fin, anal fin, and what we call the caudal fin. So those are the 3 pairs of the unpaired fins in a fish. And what is the importance? They reduce rolling, that is rocking from side to side. So the reduced rolling is as a result of being able to avoid rocking from side to side, lying in that direction and the other direction. And also lateral deflection of the body. Yawing, that is what we call yawing of the fish. The fish needs to prevent that lateral yawing of the body, as we're going to see in the laboratory. So that is one of the importance of the unpaired fins. Now, the lateral flattening of the fish body also increases the vertical surface area of the body. The 14th one, we talk about the lateral flattening. The body is dorsoventrally flattened. Flattening of the fish body. That is the lateral flattening of the fish body increases the vertical surface area. It increases the vertical surface area of the body. And what is the importance of increasing the vertical surface area of the body? It prevents yawing and rolling, and keeps the fish in an upright position. Keeps the fish in an upright position. That is the importance of the lateral flattening of the body. These are supposed to be yawing. Let me just correct that. Lateral yawing of the body. So that is the importance of why the fish body is laterally flattened. Then the last one that we are going to mention about the fish is that there is what we call the caudal fin. The caudal fin propels the fish forward and steers the fish while in motion. It steers the fish while in motion. That is the importance of the caudal fin, what we call the tail fin. It is going to always steer and propel the fish in a forward direction. So that is the adaptation of how the fish is going to be adapted to its mode of survival in water, what we call locomotion.